You're such an asshole.
Everybody, the old captain here. I'm over at assholeconsulting.com. We are laboring on Labor Day because Labor Day is a holiday created by communists. We always appreciate labor. It's like, you should appreciate having a fucking job, motherfuckers. That's what you... But... college professors from the 60s just know better, and you people have been sopping it up ever since, so it's so great to have labor. Anyway, a young man writes in, if you have a question, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com. And before I forget, with Asshole's new policy changes, they haven't come cracking down. Even more so, be checking out my alternative channel at Daily Motion. That will be the backup channel if all of a sudden Google decides to terminate the contract. So it'll be over at Daily Motion. And I keep saying I'm going to, but I gotta start more regularly posting over at Daily Motion. So I'll be posting these videos over at Daily Motion as well, in case YouTube said, man, you said fart, and we don't like that. Way to go, YouTube. What was their motto for Google? Google's model is do good. Yeah, sure, whatever. Hi, there's construction going on out back. Hi, Aaron, thanks for the reply. I'm not currently let me go to his request, because that's him asking the other. Here's his request. All right. Hi, Aaron, I found your videos and books recently about Japan economics and enjoyed the decline. And I think all the media you've created are not only informative, but appropriate considering the world we live in today. About me, I'm a 26-year-old Asian American. No, you're an American. You just happen to be Asian. Don't pull this fucking hyphenated American bullshit on me. You're either American or you're Asian. Choose. If you want, you can go back to Asia. Although you may not be born here. You just happen to be, your parents screwed here, or you just came out here. Living in the Bay Area. I got my Bachelor of Science and Master's in Science and Chemistry right after high school, with a gap year in between undergrad and grad school where I worked as a process engineer. Smart move. There you go. Look at you. I graduated with no debt. Parents paid for undergrad and scholarship for graduate. I have no other forms of debt, as I was recently hired as an engineer/chemist for a large biotech company. And with bonus, I'm making about $90,000 a year, which in the Bay Area is about 23 cents per hour. I'm kidding. But that ain't nothing. I know that's nothing, man. That's quite average. So, and I've been meaning to write about Silicon Valley and how you guys are totally getting fucked. Anyway, I'm embracing a minimalistic lifestyle, as you suggested, owning almost nothing other than a car, which is paid off, and living with a relative who's kind and successful enough not to charge me rent. You're doing it right, man. My plan is to save as much as I can and invest in a 401k and IRA as aggressively as I can, but my problem is I have no idea what end I am doing any of this. I should be grateful, and I am, and I know I sound like a spoiled wuss for even approaching something of a complaint, but I feel nothing. I'm just going through the motions. I don't know what I'm saving towards or why I'm waking up every day. I just feel apathetic. I have hobbies. I rock climb and write short fiction. I think a lot of how I'm feeling has to do with seeing many of my friends, close friends, struggling with their careers and finances. They confide in me a lot, and I feel like an emotional receptacle at times. I want to help everyone, but I find I can help no one. Yeah, your friends, look, people either help themselves or they don't. You can point, this is what asshole consulting is. This is why I charge. People don't follow the advice unless you make it painful and pricey. But this is not your problem, don't worry. I mean, it's good that you help your friends, but this is not what's bringing you down. I'm empathetic towards others, but apathetic towards myself. Here comes the vague part. What do you suggest I do? I just want to feel like I'm contributing to something and not being useless. Best regards, John. And I asked, okay, what about kids and career and all that? I says, I'm not currently in a committed relationship, but I'm dating around and have been in flings throughout my time in college and my working life. I've always been warned by my mother to be wary of girls and to not have kids until I'm 100% right. This is how, look, you came from this is the American dream come true. This is how it should have fucking been. Because of these warnings, and now thanks to your numerous videos and chapters on the topic, I'm wondering if I'm terrified of getting into a committed relationship because of the risks involved with choosing poorly. You have chosen poorly. I've never wanted to have children for numerous reasons. The direction of the country that I love, I do not believe they will have a better life than I've had. We're overpopulated, etc., etc. You're open to the idea of marriage. Outside rock climbing, you write short fiction. Entrepreneurship, honestly, the thought has not crossed my mind. I have a fanciful plan of retiring as early as I can and become a backpacking author. Shit, just like me, dude. Fuck yes. It won't solve your problem, though. That's. I'm just saying, it'll be cool. You're going to be happier than you, but it won't solve your problem. Maybe we will cross paths. With that, I hope I have a rough idea. Okay, here it is. Now this, what you're running into, and this is going to be a problem more and more people, especially men, are going to run into as we pursue these minimalistic ideas and we advance our philosophical thought and understand earlier on in life, then later on in life, what is the point and purpose of life. And that's what you're trying to figure out. If you do not have a reason or a point or purpose in life, you shut down because you say, what's the point? I mean, technically, you're a science major. You would understand this. In the end, the sun is going to either go supernova or turn into a red giant, and it's going to consume the earth, and all of this is pointless and futile. So it depends on a couple assumptions by which you operate by. And the first of that being, is there an afterlife? All right, are you religious or not? Okay, do you truly believe there's an afterlife? This is a very great assumption to have. This is a cute, fanciful one, even though there is no empirical proof. This is where religion comes in, all right? Because if you believe in an afterlife, no matter which religion you pursue or believe in, you believe in X, and we go here and there's 72 virgins, or you get to hang out with God or Jesus and play hacky sack up in heaven. I don't know whatever it is. There's an afterlife, and then I don't have to worry about what happens in the here and now because these answers will be answered in the afterlife. So I die, and you get to live your life in what I believe to be a blissful ignorance. All right, but that could be wrong. I mean, there could be, and then I'd be like, oh shit, there is a God. No, he doesn't like me. Ooh, am I in trouble? And then you go to hell. But if you assume, if you are a religious person, and a genuinely religious person, not, well, I just believe because I want to have social contacts and I want to meet a rich husband because I've sucked enough dick and fucked enough men. Now I need a stable, steady Eddie who has a job, and there's a lot of those over in the mosque or the church or the cathedral. You have to be a real Christian or a real Muslim or a real Jew. You have to actually believe in the religion and the afterlife. And if that's the case, well, then your answer is solved. And this is, I think, why religion started to form, is because people were figuring, what the fuck happens after we die? That's a scary prospect. What happens to our finite? What happens to our consciousness, our entity, our future? So you could see it for multiple reasons. One, humans had to be reined in. You have to have some kind of law. Two, you need an authority figure to say what's happening. And then the fear of there not being a life after death, both to get people in line saying, hey, you're going to go to hell if you don't behave properly. That not only made society behave correctly and advance very quickly, and better people as well. But then also the fear of, like, God, I mean, at the question you're looking into the abyss. Holy shit. And so it's like Oprah selling lies. It makes people feel better. It calms their fears. It tells them everything will be okay. There's a plan. The Lord will provide. The Lord has a plan. And so this is a very, very tempting, basically psychological drug to take. So but regardless, if you assume, if you are religious, genuinely religious, then your point and purpose in life is to follow what your religion tells you. And you may disagree with these religions, you may disagree with all of them, or religion in general, but there is a lot of wisdom in the scriptures and the books of all the different religions. It's not dumb. It tells you how to live your physical life, and it also tells you how to live your spiritual life. It has guidance. It has what's going to happen in the afterlife. So if you believe in a particular religion, there's your answer. Go to church, go to mosque, go to synagogue, go to wherever the fuck it is. They go to temple, pray, follow. The answers are in that book. And it's not necessarily the worst thing, okay? Unless you're blowing up people and you're a Muslim, okay? But by and large, if you're a peaceful religion, it's not the worst thing to pursue. I mean, even Davis started pursuing Catholicism. All right, so these are not dumb people joining religion. All right, so there is that there. So that answers your question. Now, if you operate from the premise there is no afterlife, well, now you get to look into the abyss. And I was like, woo, boy, no, yeah. And so what you got to deal with is finding out, okay, what is my point and purpose of living here and now? Because this is all you have. And it basically boils down to three things. Because that son, you're going to die, and then the sun's going to blow up and wipe us all out anyway. So what is the point and purpose here? Well, number one, genetically, historically, it's been family. Okay, you don't have a family now. Traditionally, men your age, even my age, even old fart as I am, we would be having children and family right now. And what they would also be doing is they'd be keeping our mind off of these loftier afterlife lessons. You'd just be too damn busy. Shit, I had grilling out yesterday, and two couples brought their families, their little children with. They don't have time to think about this shit. These kids are running all over the place. You gotta grab them. They gotta play. And I enjoy it because they're not mine. It's like they're tired. They're defeated. They're beat. They go to sleep. One guy, he just sit in their chair. He almost fell asleep. I mean, you don't have time. It's your family, and we, and draw pros and cons of having children or not. That's where the majority of your resources and love and attention would go. And not only that, what you would be living for is your family to continue on after you die. That would be what you would live for. And so your focus, if you don't believe in an afterlife, is your family. You want a world to be better for them. And again, as you mentioned, and I agree with you, that I'm not going to have a family because the world's going to be worse than that for what's going to happen in the future. The second thing, though, and these are not necessarily mutually exclusive, okay, so you can do all three of these, but the second thing would be a legacy, okay? What is the point and purpose of living? You know what? My legacy is awesome. I got all these books. I'm going to help millions of young boys, hopefully millions. I wish it would be millions, but people don't recommend the books enough. But, at least we've helped thousands, easily thousands, of young men and women improve their lives and have better lives than we did. So you are living for humanity. You would like to leave a legacy. Now, some people leave bad legacies like Hitler, Osama bin Laden, Stalin, and they serve as warnings, hopefully, for the rest of people throughout the future to learn from the mistakes of people in the past of history. But you would like to leave a legacy, like a company to employ people, an invention. You're a chemist. You come up with a new chemical that makes, metals really light. Something to help out and leave a legacy. Leave your mark and say, oh, yeah, John, that cool American guy, not Asian. He came up with Foo-Fazzle, and my gosh, what would we do without Foo-Fazzle? Oh, the applications were, how did we, it would blow up the cell phone out of the water. So that's legacy. And then the third one, again, not exclusive, is hedonism. You simply live for yourself. This is what predominantly I'm living as now. You're probably living, many people here on Red Pill World, especially those without children. You're like, screw it, I'm having fun. You do your rock climbing, you write your short stories. You're living as a minimalist, you enjoy experiences, you're having conversation. There's always a negative connotation with hedonism, and that's not necessarily so. I mean, hedonism thinks sex, booze, and drugs, and that can be part of it. But also it's conversation, having cigars, philosophy, doing this kind of shit. This is fun. This is hedonistic, albeit still productive and maybe leaving a little bit of a legacy as well. But you're basically just living life for you, and where a little bit of morality comes in, you not at the expense of others. You should have, some morals, some what's what I'm looking for? Some altruism and selflessness to make sure you don't hurt others as you go on living your hedonistic lifestyle. And you're just like, I'm here for now, it's all about me, I'm my friends, I'm going to have fun, and then I'm going to die and I'm going to have no regrets. Okay, and again, all three of these could be, you could have a family, you could leave a legacy, and you could, especially in your 20s and your 30s, leave a hedonistic lifestyle. So, but beyond that, especially if you say, okay, is there anything else after that? Do I die? That's it. Yeah, there is no solution beyond that. And again, the sun will go red giant on us and consume the earth, and all this will be a moot experiment in the grand universe. And getting back to why you're probably having a lot of trouble with it now, because you don't have a family or something in place to keep you distracted, is keep in mind most of the human experience, most of humans' lives have been spent merely staying alive. Again, getting back to the just trying to keep yourself alive and supporting your family. We have not had the luxury, is basically what I'm saying, to get to this point where you got all your ducks in a row, and now you're not even 30, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? What the hell? What happens next? I don't have a family. All right? That is due to, in part, technology, in part, feminism forcing men to say, screw this, I don't want family. because if you had family, you wouldn't be asking me these questions. And now I think an increasing number of particularly men, but women as well, are going to be getting to the, okay, what I did everything. I got my degree. I got my master's degree. I got my job. I have no debts. I go and have fun. Now what? There's got to be something more. There is nothing more. There isn't. There is no solution. The problem is that humanity rarely, ever so rarely, did a human actually get to this level that increasing numbers are getting to today, where you've knocked out all of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you got the self-actualization, you're like, now what? There is no now what. It's very much like playing a role-playing game or any kind of video game, and you've done all the side missions, you've done the campaign, you've done all the side missions, and there's nothing left to do. And in this tragic sense, the game not only becomes very boring, but it's almost like a prison. Like, you can't do anything else with this game. That's it. That's all you've done. And people say, well, there's always something to do in the... Yeah, but you're not going to get the intellectual stimulation. I mean, well, why don't you go hiking again? Because you've gone hiking. Why don't you go for a motorcycle ride? I've gone for one. Why don't you climb that rock again? You've already climbed it. It's a problem, and I address it. I forget which one I address it in. I can't remember which book. But it is a problem, and I don't think there's a solution. And what makes it worse is that you got, again, 2 million years of human psychological programming and genetics that haven't been trained for this shit. We're not trained for this. Humans are trained to have problems, to have something to solve. And you see this happen when people retire. They don't have a place to go. They don't have a project to do. They die. Inaction is death. So for now, what I would do is keep your eye out. If you're not against getting married, yeah, go get married. Like follow your mom's advice. Be wise. Make sure it's the right one. Maybe pick up some other hobbies. But think about that. Okay, where do I want to lead? What am I going to do between family, legacy, and hedonism? And again, you can do all three, and maybe you should. But that's where, if you don't believe in the afterlife, where you should put your focus and attention. All right, you got to have something else to do than just hang out with John all day doing the John show. Oh yeah, another freaking day of the John show. Because I know I've woken up and like, fuck, and it's cake. It's cake. Okay, what do we do tonight, brain? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world, drink Rumplemints, and get drunk. That's I'm there, but there is no solution except to look back and find out what has given humans purpose and agency in the past, and that is family, legacy, and hedonism. So, anyway, hope that helped up. Best of luck to you. Toodles.